their own killed while helping two of his fellow firefighters escape a raging overnight fire.
Lieutenant Jason Menard has been a Worcester firefighter since 2010. Tonight he's being remembered for his heroic actions. Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen is live in Worcester with what fire officials are saying tonight. Steve?
Well, the specifics of what took place on the third floor of this Worcester triple-decker on Stockholm Street is still unclear. But one thing is certain as the details in this investigation start to emerge: Jason Menard was a hero. The firefighters continued to fight, continued to tackle the flames and save what they could, all while knowing 4 members of Ladder 5 in Worcester were in trouble. Lieutenant Jason Menard died. The husband and father joined the department in 2010.
As they had planned this morning to be on a trip to Disney, they are now instead planning a hero send-off. And as always, our Worcester firefighters will stand strong by that family, and we will send off Jason.
According to the chief, Menard and others were first to respond to the home on Stockholm when they found out a resident and a baby might be trapped inside. They rushed in. Neighbors watched the tense moments.
Total sheer panic.
Every window had flames coming out of it.
Heroes in action. The chief said Menard helped 2 of the other firefighters escape, assisting one out the window, but somehow Menard didn't make it.
Lieutenant Menard heroically and selflessly saved his crew.
You're running away from the flames. They're running into the flames.
In the afternoon, a hearse carrying Menard's body passed his fire station to a hero's goodbye.
It's just a very sad morning. Very sad morning all around.
The baby is okay. The other resident that was inside has serious injuries. As for the firefighters, 2 were treated and released from the hospital. Another has serious injuries but is in stable condition. Reporting live in Worcester, I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
Firefighters around New England are once again mourning the loss of a colleague.
The tragedy in Worcester comes just weeks before the 20th anniversary of the cold storage fire that cost 6 firefighters their lives. And tonight, Worcester's fire chief says Lieutenant Jason Menard gave his life to others could live. We begin our coverage now with Eyewitness News reporter Steve Nielsen, who's live in Worcester. Steve?
Well, Mike Kim, let's put this tragedy in perspective. A family should have been at Disney World today. They should have left Massachusetts this morning and been in Florida right now celebrating a great family vacation that they'd been waiting for a long time. But instead, a fire at this triple-decker changed everything and stunned this community. Lieutenant Jason Menard ran up the stairs of this burning triple-decker. He was told there was a baby and a woman trapped inside.
I turned around, the second floor was fully involved.
The Worcester firefighter died. City leaders say he saved 2 other firefighters' lives.
He's a hero. I mean, he's a hero to many of us.
Kathy DeRocious welcomed more than a dozen residents into her home as they watched the flames.
They were very shaken, very crying, very upset, very lost. They couldn't believe what they were losing. Everything that they owned was in the house.
Menard was a husband and a father.
They had planned this morning to be on a trip to Disney. They are now instead planning a hero send-off.
His body was driven past his firehouse, the flag out front lowered in his honor. The eyewitnesses who saw the risk he made to save another's life know what kind of man Jason Menard was.
He was a hero.
A resident and another firefighter both had serious injuries in this fire as well. The baby is going to be okay. Now, Kathy DeRocious said one of the residents who came into her house after the fire told her that her electric heater ignited the curtains and that she believes that this is how this fire started. We've talked with fire investigators who have not released a cause yet. We'll keep you up to date on that. Reporting live in Worcester, I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.